Gigi Hadid and Zayn Malik are expecting their first child, but were the hints of her pregnancy in this Instagram post? Plus, Katy Perry shares how she's preparing for motherhood in quarantine. Meanwhile, Sophie Turner reveals she only agreed to date Joe Jonas under this condition. And Will Smith reunited with the cast of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. This is ET Live at Home. I'm Denny Directo. Our girl Ash Crossan is joining me today. Hi, Ash. How are you?
Hello. Thanks for having me back.
Thanks. Let's do a quick vibe check. How you holding up?
You know, I'm still in my house, going a little stir crazy, and just trying to perfect. My current thing is I'm going to perfect making like a perfect noodle dish.
Oh, like a ramen?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Like a good Asian noodle. So good.
I don't know about you, but I measure my day by what I'm eating. So it's like I plan that stuff out now. And I actually did buy stuff to make our own ramen. I need a soft boiled egg. I bought bok choy. I've never bought bok choy before.
After I saw the Ramdon on Parasite, I was like, I got to make that.
Exactly. Oh, God, we're getting creative in the kitchen. I don't even know what day it is anymore, but I'm glad you're here. There's a huge entertainment story that, had we been in the office, I feel it would have been the water cooler talk. Gigi Hadid and Zayn Malik, they're pregnant with their first kid. Quick reaction from you. What were your thoughts?
How old are they?
Right. I know, right? I know.
I just feel like there's a lot of like 25-year-old celebrities that are pregnant right now. And I'm like, what am I doing with my life?
I'm like, wow, I'm old. Like, oh my God, I'm old. I think for me, it's just more because obviously they started dating back in like 2015 and it's been a love saga since then. It's like on again, off again. Are they, aren't they? And it really wasn't until the Instagram post we got from her 4 days ago where we saw them on the gram together for the first time in a really long time. So that alone, I was like, oh, wow, look, Zayn's quarantining with the Hadids. And then boom, they're pregnant. So here's the thing. A lot of fans are convinced that there were hints of this pregnancy from that post 4 days ago. So let's get into it. This was in celebration of her 25th birthday. Fans are convinced, looking back, that the clues were there, starting with, you'll notice the balloons, 25 for her birthday. The color of the strings are blue and pink. Was this a birthday party part gender reveal party? I did not notice the strings until those internet sleuths did.
That didn't convince me, but there's a couple other ones that we're going to talk about that I was like, oh, okay.
Go for it.
Well, there was the one with the bag that was covered up by the sunflower emoji.
Yeah.
And then somebody on Twitter did some investigating and found what the real bag was. And it's Hello Little One. It looks like it's that exact bag.
Like a baby shower gift bag.
I'm thinking, why else would you cover that with an emoji? Doesn't make any sense.
Well, on that note, there was also another gift bag from that Bella Hadid, her sister, posted, and it was of Baby Shark characters. Of course, I mean, they might have some inside joke, but Baby Shark is typically, like a kid's cartoon, right? These are more Easter eggs than a Taylor Swift video.
I was going to say, it reminds me of Taylor Swift.
Right? But it's kind of funny looking back. It's like, was she pregnant? Because I went back to that photo once I learned yesterday that they were expecting to see if we could see a bump. But they're in, I don't even remember where they are. I think they're like in the East Coast. It's like colder weather. They're all are wearing layers. Like I couldn't tell. I couldn't see looking back. I'm like, I don't even think she was hiding a baby bump. I think she was trying to stay warm. But a source tells ET that, of course, Gigi and Zayn are very excited. She has kept this secret for a while now because she's only a few months along. But once Gigi and Zayn got back together at the end of last year, they never skipped a beat. Our source adds that the couple and their families are overjoyed. I'm here for it. I always was team Gigi and Zayn. They dipped their toes in other ponds and dated other people, but like I always felt like they were gonna find each other again, and now they're sharing a child.
What a crazy time to be pregnant.
Wait, right? So funny you should say that because obviously someone who is much further along in her pregnancy than Gigi is Katy Perry, and it's amazing because American Idol right now, they're in the middle of the live shows for the Idol contestants and the finalists, and they're doing it just from home. So ET recently caught up with the Idol judges, including Katy, and here's what she had to say about finding the bright side of being pregnant during quarantine.
Well, actually this time has brought in a lot of balance, probably necessary balance. It's slow.
What was that word?
Balance, baby.
Whoa, I haven't heard. What?
I know. It's necessary. It's actually good for me to rep this kind of mindset because even after quarantine is done and everyone goes out and celebrates, I'll be probably still at home making sure. The crazy thing is, like, everyone's like drinking during quarantine, and I'm like, not. Like, help me.
I'm like, the only thing I feel bad about Katie and being pregnant in quarantine, and she touched on it, was like she can't drink. That's my vice. It's how I'm coping. Wine, and she doesn't have that.
Yeah, I don't know how I would go 9 months or so without drinking.
Oh, you're the full 9 months, not even just like pregnant during quarantine. You're right. It's a good point. No sushi, like no raw fish. What?
A lot of sacrifices.
A lot of sacrifices, but she's right. It's some quality time that we're all spending with our loved ones, which brings us to our next story, because Joe Jonas revealed to James Corden that Sophie Turner told him that she would only date him if they watched he watched every Harry Potter movie. So he did it because he said, like, in the UK around Christmas, that's all they do is they stream the Harry Potter movies, right? In turn, during quarantine, he's making her watch the Lord of the Rings films. Okay, so it got me thinking. Ash, have you ever had to, like, because of course you have a boyfriend, did he have to watch something to better understand you? Was it a condition in your guys' relationship that you need to know this stuff about me? This is what I'm into.
I would say it was more the other way around. So he didn't make me, but he loves Liverpool.
Oh, like soccer?
Football, soccer, yes.
Oh, okay.
And it's like a big culture that I didn't know existed, where like you wake up at like 4 a.m. and you go to the bar and the bars are open and there's like 100 people in there watching football.
But you love it because of the social part of it, right?
The atmosphere is actually really cool. It's just like something I didn't even know existed, but I had to kind of get into it because otherwise, I mean, I'd have to pull myself out of bed at 5 a.m. to go watch a game.
Oh my God, you're right.
Yeah.
Oh, because the international times.
Yeah, it's nuts. I'm like, how do you get into this? How do you wake up at the crack of dawn? But I made him watch, I mean, my favorite show is Parks and Rec.
Yeah.
And I quote it all the time. So it was like, you have to be able to understand what I'm saying to you most of the time.
Well, your number one love and passion is Star Wars, but that's how you guys met. So he was already well-versed, right?
Yeah. We met at a Star Wars convention.
It's a love story for the ages, really. It's perfect. It's so perfect for you. But I can relate to that because I feel like the one thing that you need to know or semi-love that I
Can
love
I guess? Is it Beyonce?
Which, by the way, I never really fully remember my dreams. Last night, I'm not even just telling you this because we're talking about Beyonce. I had a vivid dream that I was getting a house tour of Beyonce's home with her. And my sisters were in there. She gave us like pieces of toast. And I lost my phone in her estate.
Just like buttered toast?
Yeah, it was weird.
Welcome to my home. How would you like a piece of toast?
We weren't even in the home. We were like in a greenhouse, like her garden. And I don't know if they were making bruschetta. And I got like a little piece of like toast. It was amazing. But,
congrats.
Thank you so much. And just like you and Daniel share a passion for Star Wars, thankfully Pranav and I, my boyfriend, share a passion for Beyonce. I remember the first time I invited him over to my apartment to cook him dinner, I was playing like one of Beyonce's live performances on YouTube. He's like, "Oh, is that Revel in New Jersey?" And I'm like, I love that you know that.
Wow.
I love that you know that.
I'd be like, is that Beyonce?
Exactly. But in this situation during quarantine, I feel like I'm the Joe Jonas. Like he loves Bravo. I know it's shocking. They should revoke my gay card, but I don't really watch Housewives or any Bravo shows. Started doing that, like literally watching, Beverly Hills Housewives, New York Housewives, Shaws of Sunset.
Have you not watched Vanderpump Rules? It's the best reality television show of all time.
That's the one I feel like I'm missing out on. Everyone talks about it.
It's so messy.
Like you love that show. Everyone loves
love
that
it.
show. I just never got into Bravo, but I am now. And also, he loves Harry Potter, and we decided to watch the movies from the beginning. However, I've seen them before, and I'm like, I get why people love Harry Potter, but we're rewatching and revisiting. So,
yeah,
things you do.
I love Harry Potter. I don't love Harry Potter. Like I love it, but I don't love it.
Oh, wait, you know what? I actually told him if we're going to watch all the Harry Potter movies, we need to watch all the Star Wars movies. Because I'm a casual Star Wars fan. I'm not, I don't know the lore like the back of my hand, but I can appreciate those films. And so I told him we got to watch all of them.
All going to be on Disney Plus starting on Monday. So
look, wait, that's perfect.
Yeah.
Of course. Oh, the one that then I need to get through these Harry Potter so we can start Star Wars. All right.
Yes.
There's a huge, what would you call it? Like reboot special coming to
Yeah.
NBC. Yeah, go for
Like
it.
we've seen so many reunions of people just like hanging out on Zoom, which is great. Parks and Rec is actually doing an episode from quarantine. They're not doing a table read.
Yeah.
It's not just like reading a script or hanging out. They're like playing their characters in a special.
I love it. And obviously you're a hardcore fan. What do you expect from this show? Because obviously it's going to be a little different considering the fact that they are all doing it from home, like via video conferencing. But like, what do you hope to see? What do you think we'll see?
I want to see. So throughout the show, Leslie Knope was obsessed with Joe Biden, who is now running for president. So
God.
I just need to see Leslie Knope reacting to Joe Biden, or maybe Joe Biden pops up or something like that.
Yeah.
That would be pretty cool. Or just like some character we haven't seen in a while. I saw there's like a little preview where Perd Hapley shows up. That's a very like one-off character, but I love him. It's weird because that show ended with like a big flash forward and we kind of saw their lives play out. So the finale was so perfect that I don't fully understand like the time frame. Like, is it just taking place now in quarantine? Because I don't fully get it, but
I feel like it has to take place in quarantine. You know what I mean? Just the context of them even talking via Zoom. All I know is that I better see some Aziz and Retta like treat yourself, because I feel like that is the theme of self-isolation. It's like treat yourself. Yes, you should eat that second bowl of ice cream. You know what I mean?
Dude, like guys, let's all just try to break even at the end of this. We can worry about the rest of that later. Like I'm just,
Calories
it's
don't
so
exist.
funny because every night I'm like, I deserve this pasta. And I'm like, do I deserve it every night?
Calories don't exist. I'm the richest man in America. Like, I'm just buying stuff online. Like, you know what I mean? Like, do it.
Calories, time, none of it exists anymore.
Exactly. So yeah, you're getting a brand spanking new episode of your favorite show. Meanwhile, the cast of one of my favorite shows growing up, like it's definitely like in my childhood, I remember watching Sister Sister, basically the TGIF lineup, and like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Will Smith reunited the original cast, and they were for his Snapchat series, Will at Home. And it was only part one, so we only got half of it, but it was so amazing because it was like the first time all of them were together. Granted, it was also via Zoom, but it was amazing because they were reliving some old moments from the show, like actually playing back clips and then talking about it. But the thing that got me was, in the show, Will Smith's character's name is Will Smith. And apparently that was for because of Alfonso Ribeiro. He told him, it's like, honestly, dude, your character should be named Will Smith because people are going to call you this for the rest of your life. And of course, as history would have it, everyone's calling Alfonso Ribeiro Carlton. Like that stuck with him for the rest of his life. So the irony there, it's so good. I love it. It's a smart move, don't you think?
It is so cool because a lot of these casts, like we've wanted to see reunions. We always ask them about it on carpets and stuff. And they're like, yeah, it's just a matter of like so-and-so's schedule or getting all these people together. So like one of these unique silver linings about quarantine is everybody's free and everybody can jump on a Zoom call. So we're getting all these reunions we'd never expect. The fact that that was their first reunion or first time they were all back together is wild to me.
It's so wild, and I don't think we're going to get anything more than that, if I'm being honest. Like, I don't think there's going to be, like, a reboot, especially because you can't have it without Uncle Phil. Of course, James Avery passed, like, years ago, and so it was cool to see him in this environment, and also for Will's Snapchat show. Like, that's enough for me, I don't need the Friends reunion on HBO Max. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm with you.
With them, I want a new episode, but whatever. We'll take what they can give. Is there like a cast? I've asked this on previous shows, but like, is there a cast of a TV show you would like to see the reboot for a new episode or reunite during this time?
I there's a couple. I want to see the Community movie, but I don't know if I want to see that over Zoom. But I'd like to see them reunite and talk because everybody's watching Community right now. It's probably the only time you can get Donald Glover's schedule to work out
because he's free.
Potentially Chevy Chase. I don't know how they feel about him these days. And happy endings. I'd like to see happy endings come back in such a big way.
That's what I said the other day when I was asked this question. It's like 3 seasons wasn't enough for me of happy endings. And as you and I know, Bryce Sander, our ET Online cohort, he actually talked to Casey Wilson, who revealed that something might be in the work. So I would love to see it. And I think it would work perfect for Zoom for them.
Yeah, we just didn't get like a satisfying wrap up. We didn't get like, there's just a hole in my heart for happy endings still.
I'm with you on that. I can't wait to see it. Okay, so I feel like every time you're on, we got to talk about Animal Crossing.
Yes, of
It's
course.
the thing that you're using. It's one of the things that you're playing to pass the time. But there was a little, would you call it a Queer Eye crossover?
Yeah, I would. I mean, here's the thing. Bobby Burke never gets the credit he deserves. For all of you who are like, who's Bobby Burke? He's the furniture guy. He will redesign your entire house while everybody else is away, like changing clothes and stuff. And he like does it all himself.
Yeah.
He is rating people's Animal Crossing houses.
Yeah.
So people are like posting on Twitter and he's reviewing them. And it's just delightful. And he's doing this just like with his own time.
Because again, he has time too, right? I feel like
Yeah.
I'm turning into a Bobby Burke trying to redesign my bedroom, which
Aren't
by
we
the way,
all?
I need help. I literally, I'm not joking you. Yesterday, we laid on the bed and then it fell. Like it fell. Like it's terrible.
Well, I think you're just like, I mean, especially like a lot of people in like cities, like you're sitting in a 1-bedroom apartment and you're just like looking around being like, I gotta fix this.
That's exactly right. I was like, it needs to be more of a vibe in here, especially when my living room is like now the ET Online set. Like I need a place of sanctuary, you know? So anyways, you're right. Bobby Burke does so much work on the show. Like he has to literally remodel and redesign someone's room or home within a matter of days.
Yeah.
And it's incredible. But I also love that he is putting his skills to good use right now in quarantine. It's like everyone's playing Animal Crossing. Everyone's designing their homes. How do you think he would rate yours though?
Oh man. Well, I've been spending a lot of time building a beach cafe, which was my newest endeavor. I think he would love my beach cafe. I think he has no notes on my beach cafe. I also have an adorable campsite and what was the other one? My new floral garden that I'm working on. My floral shop.
She's got a virtual green thumb.
So I think he would rate me pretty high. I've been spending a lot of time on this.
I haven't jumped on the Animal Crossing train. I even had to ask you today. I was like, does it end? Like, is there an ending to the game? And you just keep building, right?
No, and then they just keep like releasing updates with more stuff for you to do. So they're like, now there's new furniture for your house, and you're like, great, I got to redesign my whole aesthetic.
I'm gonna have to watch. Can you send me like screenshots of your like home and stuff, and like of this like beach cafe? I'd love to see it. I don't think I'm gonna end up ever doing it. I'm not a gamer.
It's so cute though because Bobby's like, he's literally like, this looks good, but I think you should put a rug in the middle of your living room.
I love that. Wait, I need to tweet photos of my bedroom to Bobby Burke. Like, I need some help.
He's got time. Like, maybe he'll respond.
Okay, you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to keep you posted. Actually, that's a really good idea.
Yes, do it.
Ash Crossan, wow, time flies when you're having fun.
It really does.
All right, thank you so much for joining us. Wait, the Parks and Rec thing, because I really want to watch it. That's happening Thursday, right?
That's happening Thursday on NBC.
Perfect. And then plug Stream Queens, our new spanking new ET Live franchise. When can people watch you?
Oh, yes. So that's on Thursdays at 5:30 on the stream. It'll also be on the ET Live YouTube page and then also just on our site as well. But if you liked some of the streaming recommendations we made, we talk a lot. We dig into that a lot more and kind of like if you like this, watch that. We have recommendations for you. And yeah, Thursday, 5:30. I love it.
Great, you guys. Tune in Thursdays, 5:30. Until then, we'll be back tomorrow with another ET Live at Home. Bye.
Bye.